Welcome to the Learn English 2 podcast. I'm absolutely thrilled you've joined me today because we're diving deep into one of the most fundamental yet powerful skills in English communication. Introducing yourself with complete confidence and natural flow. Think about it for a moment. Every meaningful relationship, every job opportunity, every new friendship begins with a simple introduction. Yet so many English learners struggle with this crucial first step. They freeze up, forget what to say, or sound robotic and unnatural. Today, we're going to change all of that. This isn't just another basic lesson about saying your name. We're going to explore 7 comprehensive steps that will transform you from someone who nervously mumbles a few words to someone who can confidently introduce themselves in any situation. Whether it's a casual coffee shop encounter, a professional networking event, or meeting your future in-laws for the first time. By the end of this episode, you'll have a complete toolkit of phrases, techniques, and strategies that will make introducing yourself feel natural and effortless. You'll know exactly what to say, how to say it, and most importantly, how to keep the conversation flowing smoothly. So grab your favorite beverage, find a comfortable spot, and let's begin this journey toward mastering one of English's most essential skills. Let's start with step 1. Opening with warmth and confidence. Many English learners make the mistake of jumping straight to their name without creating a welcoming atmosphere. Native speakers almost always begin with a warm greeting that sets a positive tone for the entire conversation. The most versatile opening is simply hi or hello, but here's the key. Your tone matters more than the word itself. Say it with genuine warmth and enthusiasm. Practice saying hi right now with a smile. Can you hear the difference? For more formal situations, you might say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time of day. In professional settings, "It's a pleasure to meet you" is elegant and sophisticated. For casual encounters, you can be more creative. Try, "Hey there," or "How's it going?" These phrases immediately make you sound more natural and approachable. Here's an insider tip. Add a compliment or observation to break the ice. "Hi, what a beautiful day, isn't it?" Or "Hello, this coffee shop has such a cozy atmosphere." This technique instantly creates a connection and makes the other person more receptive to conversation. Now, step 2, sharing your name naturally. The traditional "my name is" works perfectly, but let's explore more dynamic alternatives that native speakers actually use. The most common casual introduction is "I'm" followed by your name. "Hi, I'm Sarah." This contraction sounds natural and friendly. Practice the pronunciation. "I'm" should flow smoothly, not sound like 2 separate words. For professional settings, try, "I'd like to introduce myself. I'm John Smith." This phrase shows confidence and initiative. If you have a difficult name for English speakers to pronounce, be proactive. Say something like, "I'm Rajesh, but you can call me Raj if that's easier." This shows cultural awareness and makes others comfortable. Here's a powerful technique. Use your name in context. Instead of just "I'm Maria," try "I'm Maria, and I just moved here from Spain." This creates immediate conversation opportunities. If you're in a group setting, you might say, "I don't think we've been introduced. I'm David." This acknowledges the social situation and sounds very natural. Step 3, sharing your origins with storytelling elements. Simply stating, "I'm from Japan" is factually correct, but conversationally flat. Let's add depth and interest to make people want to know more about you. Start with the basic framework. "I'm originally from..." This phrase suggests there might be more to your story, which naturally invites questions. Add layers to your origin story. Instead of just naming your country, try, I grew up in a small coastal town in Italy called Cinque Terre. It's famous for its colorful houses built into the cliffs. This paints a vivid picture and gives the other person multiple conversation hooks. If you've moved around, embrace it. I'm originally from Egypt, but I spent my teenage years in Germany, and now I'm living here in Toronto. This immediately marks you as someone with interesting life experiences. For those who've lived in one place their whole life, don't worry. Add character details. I'm a born and raised New Yorker, and I absolutely love the energy of this city. Or I'm from a small farming town in Iowa, where everyone knows everyone. Cultural tip. Americans and many Western cultures appreciate authenticity and personal stories. Don't be afraid to share what makes your hometown special. Step 4. Discussing your professional life or studies with passion. This is where many people become boring. Instead of just stating facts, share your enthusiasm and explain why your work or studies matter to you. For professionals, go beyond job titles. Instead of I'm an accountant, try I'm an accountant. And I actually love helping small businesses understand their finances and grow their companies. This shows passion and purpose. If you're between jobs, stay positive. I'm currently exploring new opportunities in marketing sounds much better than I'm unemployed. For students, share your academic passion. I'm studying environmental science because I'm fascinated by how we can solve climate change challenges is much more engaging than simply, I study environmental science. If you have an unusual job, use it to your advantage. I design video game characters for a living, which basically means I get paid to be creative all day. This often becomes the most interesting part of your introduction. For those with multiple roles, embrace the complexity. I'm a part-time teacher and part-time freelance writer. I love the variety of working with both students and clients. Here's a professional tip. Always be prepared to briefly explain what you do in simple terms. If someone asks, what exactly does a data analyst do? Have a clear, jargon-free explanation ready. Step 5. Sharing hobbies and interests that reveal your personality. This section is your opportunity to show who you really are beyond work and nationality. The key is to be specific and enthusiastic rather than generic. Avoid boring lists like, I like movies and music. Everyone likes movies and music. Instead, be specific. I'm obsessed with Korean cinema, especially psychological thrillers. Or, I collect vintage vinyl records from the 70s. Use action-oriented language. I spend my weekends hiking mountain trails. Sounds more dynamic than I like hiking. Share unusual combinations. I practice yoga, and I'm also learning to play electric guitar. This contradiction makes you memorable and interesting. If your hobbies connect to your culture, share that. I love cooking traditional Mexican dishes for my friends. There's nothing better than seeing people discover authentic flavors for the first time. Don't be afraid of niche interests. I'm really into urban sketching, basically drawing city scenes while sitting in cafes or parks. Unique hobbies are great conversation starters. Here's the golden rule. Pick hobbies that you can talk about enthusiastically for several minutes. Your passion will be contagious and make people want to know more. Step 6. The art of smooth conversation transitions. This is where most people fail. They deliver their introduction like a monologue and then stand there awkwardly waiting for a response. Let's fix that. The simplest transition is, what about you? But let's explore more sophisticated options. Mirror their introduction. If they mention they're from somewhere, ask, Have you lived here long? If they mention their job, ask, how do you like working in that field? Use connection phrases. That's interesting. Because I've always wondered about, or actually, I have a friend who works in that industry too. Share related experiences. Oh, you're from Seattle? I visited there last summer and fell in love with the coffee culture. Ask open-ended questions that require more than yes or no answers. What brought you to this city? Or what's the most exciting part about your work? Show genuine curiosity. I've never met anyone in that profession before. What does a typical day look like for you? The key is to listen actively to their response and build on what they share. This creates a natural back-and-forth conversation rather than a formal exchange of information. Step 7. Advanced techniques for memorable introductions. Now let's elevate your introduction skills with techniques that native speakers use to make lasting impressions. The storytelling technique. Instead of just listing facts, weave them into a brief narrative. I grew up thinking I'd be a doctor like my parents, but then I took a photography class in college and completely changed my life direction. Now I'm a professional photographer, and I can't imagine doing anything else. The common ground finder. Listen for shared experiences or interests. Oh, you went to university in London too? Which part of the city did you live in? The cultural bridge builder. Help others understand your background. In my culture, we have this tradition called, I'd love to share it with you sometime. The future connector. End with plans or aspirations. I'm actually planning to start my own consulting business next year. Or, I'm hoping to travel through South America next summer. The memorable detail technique. Include one unique fact that people will remember. I once lived in a monastery for 3 months. Or I speak 5 languages, but I'm still learning English idioms. The vulnerability approach. Share a small challenge or learning process. I'm still getting used to the weather here. Or, I'm working on becoming more comfortable with public speaking. Now, let's address common mistakes that can undermine even the best introduction. Mistake number 1. Speaking too quietly. Many English learners speak so softly that others can't hear them clearly. Practice projecting your voice with confidence. Remember, you want people to hear every word of your introduction. Mistake number 2. Rushing through your words. Nervousness often makes people speak too quickly. Slow down. Pause between sentences. Give yourself time to think and give others time to process what you're saying. Mistake number 3. Using overly formal language in casual situations. It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance sound strange at a backyard barbecue. Match your language level to the social situation. Mistake number 4. Forgetting to make eye contact. In Western cultures, eye contact shows confidence and sincerity. Practice looking people in the eyes while speaking. Mistake number 5. Giving too much information too quickly. Your introduction should be a teaser, not your entire life story. Save details for when people ask follow-up questions. Mistake number 6. Apologizing for your English unnecessarily. Don't start with, sorry, my English is not very good. This undermines your confidence before you even begin. Let's now explore situational adaptations. Your introduction should change depending on the context. At a professional networking event. Hi, I'm Jennifer Lopez, and I'm a marketing director at Green Tech Solutions. We specialize in helping companies reduce their environmental impact while increasing profitability. What brings you to this event tonight? At a casual party? Hey, I'm Mike. I just moved to the neighborhood last month. I work in graphic design, but my real passion is restoring vintage motorcycles. How do you know our host? Meeting your partner's parents. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. It's such a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm David. Sarah has told me so many wonderful things about you both. Thank you for welcoming me into your home. At a language exchange? Hi, everyone. I'm Yuki from Japan. I've been studying English for 2 years, and I'm here to practice conversation while helping others with Japanese. I love anime, traditional cooking, and discovering new music. Who wants to be my conversation partner? In a college class, I'm Elena, and I'm majoring in international business. I chose this class because I'm interested in how different cultures approach problem solving. I'm originally from Brazil, so I bring that perspective to group discussions. Now, let's practice putting it all together with a complete, natural introduction that flows smoothly from beginning to end. Hi there. What a beautiful evening for this outdoor event. I'm Alexandra, but everyone calls me Alex. I'm originally from a small village in Romania, but I've been living here in Vancouver for about 3 years now. I work as a software engineer for a startup that develops educational apps for children. It's incredibly rewarding to know that the code I write helps kids learn math and science in fun, interactive ways. Outside of work, I'm passionate about rock climbing and photography. I love capturing the beauty of British Columbia's mountains and coastline. Actually, that's how I discovered this meetup group, through a photography workshop last month. I'm always looking to meet fellow outdoor enthusiasts and creative people. What about you? Are you new to this group as well, or have you been coming to these events for a while? Notice how this introduction flows naturally from one element to the next. It includes personal details that create conversation opportunities, shows passion and personality, and ends with engaging questions that invite response. Let's also discuss body language. Because your nonverbal communication is just as important as your words, stand or sit up straight. Good posture projects confidence and makes you appear more approachable. Keep your shoulders back and your head held high. Use open body language. Don't cross your arms or put your hands in your pockets. Instead, keep your arms relaxed at your sides or use gentle hand gestures to emphasize points. Smile genuinely. A real smile engages your eyes as well as your mouth. Practice smiling while you speak. It makes your voice sound warmer and more friendly. Make appropriate eye contact. Look at the person while speaking, but don't stare. Glance away occasionally, then return your attention to them. Use mirroring subtly. If they're leaning forward with interest, you can lean in slightly too. If they're speaking quietly, match their volume. This creates subconscious connection. Be aware of personal space. In most Western cultures, maintain about arm's length. Distance for casual conversations and slightly closer for more intimate discussions. Let's explore cultural considerations that can help you navigate different social environments. In American culture, confidence and enthusiasm are highly valued. Don't be afraid to show excitement about your interests and achievements. Americans often appreciate directness and personal sharing. In British culture, modesty and humor are appreciated. You might include a bit of self-deprecating humor. I'm attempting to learn guitar, though my neighbors might disagree about my progress. In professional Asian business contexts, showing respect for hierarchy and group harmony is important. You might say, I'm honored to be part of this team and look forward to contributing to our shared success. Understanding these cultural nuances helps you adapt your introduction style to your audience and exchange contact information naturally. I'd love to continue this conversation sometime. Would you like to connect on LinkedIn? Or we should grab coffee and talk more about this. Now let's practice some advanced conversation techniques that will make your introduction stand out. The storytelling hook. I have this unusual job where I get to taste ice cream flavors before they hit the market. Sounds amazing, right? Well, let me tell you about the challenges. The intriguing question. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a place where the sun doesn't set for 2 months? I spent last summer in Alaska, and it completely changed my perspective on time and productivity. The collaborative approach. I'm working on this project to help elderly people in our community stay connected with technology. I'm always looking for volunteers and fresh ideas. Do you have any experience with community service? The learning mindset. I'm fascinated by people who've made major career changes. What advice would you give to someone considering switching from engineering to teaching? These techniques show that you're not just sharing information about yourself. You're actively trying to create meaningful connections and learn from others. Let's explore how to gracefully end conversations and leave positive, lasting impressions. The natural conclusion. This has been such an interesting conversation, Jennifer. I hope we get a chance to continue it soon. The future connection. I'm going to look up that book you recommended. Maybe we can discuss it over coffee sometime? The group transition. I want to make sure I meet a few other people tonight, but I'm so glad we had a chance to talk. Let's definitely stay in touch. The event-specific ending. I should probably grab some food before the buffet closes, but thank you for such a wonderful conversation. Always end on a positive note and, if appropriate, suggest future contact. This shows that you valued the interaction and are interested in building a relationship. As we wrap up today's comprehensive lesson, let's review the 7 key steps that will transform your self-introduction skills. Step 1. Open with warmth and confidence, creating a welcoming atmosphere. Step 2. Share your name naturally, making it easy for others to remember and pronounce. Step 3. Tell your origin story with interesting details that invite questions. Step 4. Discuss your work or studies with passion and purpose. Step 5. Share specific hobbies and interests that reveal your unique personality. 6. Master smooth conversation transitions that keep dialogue flowing naturally. Step 7. Use advanced techniques to create memorable, meaningful connections. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's authentic connection. Every time you introduce yourself, you're opening a door to potential friendship, professional opportunity, or personal growth. Embrace the nervousness, celebrate small victories, and keep practicing. Your homework for this week is simple but powerful. Practice your introduction 3 times in front of a mirror. Then use it in at least one real conversation. Notice what works well and what you'd like to improve. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the art of self-introduction. If this lesson helped you feel more confident about meeting new people, please subscribe to the Learn English 2 podcast and share it with friends who are also on their English learning journey. Leave a comment telling me about your biggest introduction, challenge, or your greatest success story. I read every comment and love hearing about your progress. Next week, we'll explore advanced small talk techniques that will help you move beyond introductions into engaging, meaningful conversations. Until then, keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, every person you meet is an opportunity to practice your English and possibly make a new friend. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you in our next episode. Keep shining, English learners!